What is going on, internet? This is your boy K-Mac, and this is another episode of my Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke walkthrough Let's Play. And last episode we got to Fuchsia City, but we realized that we are a little underleveled to take on the gym leader, which is Koga. I believe it's like Psychic and Poison type. Could be wrong. I believe that's what it is though. But his Pokemon are a little bit too higher leveled for us at the moment. We have yet to go to Safron, and we have yet to take on the gym leader in Celadon. So those are our two objectives for this video. I'm not sure how far we'll get. We still have Silph Co in Safron to take on, along with the fighting gym, and along with Sabrina's gym, which is probably higher level, too high for us at the moment anyway. But by the time we take on Silph Co, level up off all the Team Rocket grunts and the battle with Giovanni and your rival battle, we should be getting enough levels by then to take on at least some of these gym leaders. If not, we can always just go run through the Celadon gym. That's the 4th badge. We are pretty good leveled for that. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I know I do things out of order. But real quick, I want to take a stab at catching something cool in the backyard of this guy. The fishing guru gives you the super rod or whatever. You actually can catch things here. It's usually a Goldeen or a Magikarp, but I don't know. We'll go ahead and see what we can catch here. We already have a Goldeen. We could potentially fish for another type of Pokemon there, but I believe Goldeen's all you can catch there. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know. We're going to move on past that, or we're going to get a good rod, even though we already have the super rod. Not really sure what you can catch differently with those. I think it's just leveling. Anyway, we are going to head back to, there's a route over here to our right. We haven't caught anything on Route 15 yet. I think you can catch an Oddish here or something along those lines, but we're taking on this trainer real quick. I believe you can catch an Oddish, maybe a Tangela if you're really super lucky in this grass. So that would be cool. Tangela is a really cool Pokemon to have, even though there's an automatic spot to catch Tangela in this game. But we'll get to that in just a second, or not just a second. We'll get to that when we get there, I guess. Usually about the time when you want to take on Blaine, you get Tangela, which is not a very good time to have a Tangela, actually, if you think about it, because you're going to take on a fire type gym leader, and he's pretty useless against that. But we're going to see what we can catch. Usually, like I said, it's usually an Oddish. Oddish is a pretty cool Pokemon, and it's usually a pretty high-leveled one. So you get one level on it. It'll evolve into what the hell's its second form? It's going to drive me crazy. Gloom, and then you get a Leaf Stone, and it's a Vileplume. And you'll have a Vileplume in no time. It's actually a really cool place, and a Vileplume's actually a really cool Pokemon to have. And we are really kind of hurting on that whole grass poison kind of typing in our party. We really don't have any of that. We just have 2 water types, a normal type, fire type, a ghost type, and a flying type. Which reminds me, I really want to evolve our Pidgeotto into a Pidgeot if possible, just because you know, it's always good to have a higher attack and the higher stuff like that. And we're not too many levels off. I believe it evolves at like 36, 35, somewhere around there. Ooh, we did get an Oddish out of this grass. I do want to catch this. We're going to put this to sleep. I think if we did Nightshade, it only does the amount of damage as the Pokemon's level. So, ooh, we are real close there. This should be an easy catch now that it's still asleep and got 1 health left. Should be an easy catch with a Great Ball, and we should have ourselves an Oddish, a male Oddish. Now, what can we name this Oddish? I could actually see this Oddish being in the party at some point if somebody goes down. Like I said, we can get a Vileplume pretty early. Let's go ahead and name him Flynn. Going back to our Breaking Bad theme, Flynn is another name for Junior or Walter Jr. He calls himself Flynn. So that's a cool name. But we're going to go ahead and grind through all of these trainers real quick. There's a lot more trainers that we didn't get to. We only made it halfway here on the first attempt down to get to Fuchsia before we took the bike path. So there's still a lot of trainers, some good love Pokemon. They're usually bird trainers. I think there's a couple bikers up here as well. They have like Coughings and Mucks and Grimers and all those kinds of things. And real quick, I want to ask you guys some questions. Not really ask you guys questions. I just want to hear some feedback. When I'm recording this, I'm recording this voiceover. This game I've already played through. I'm just voicing over it. I've recorded this weeks ago, actually, and the Nuzlocke run is over. I don't want to give anything away. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but I know it's over. I know what happens. But trust me, it's got a great ending. Trust me, it gets critical towards the end. But I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. But I've already started to move on to my next Let's Play, and I started playing it. I made one episode of it, and I've already uploaded it to YouTube. It's just not live yet, and I may go ahead and just make that episode go live as a preview towards that, because I'm not sure if after we're going back and playing it, I'm not sure if that's what I want to play for my next Let's Play. It's actually a Heart Gold randomizer Nuzlocke, so all the Pokemon are random. It could be anything, and lots of crazy things come up, and it's also a Nuzlocke on top of it, so it's kind of fun. But there are, even though it's Gen 2 remake, there are Pokemon from all five generations of the Pokemon that have been made up to that. And because it's a randomizer, you can catch anything from any generation up 1 through 5. And I don't really like Pokemon past Generation 3. So besides X and Y, of course, but that game was yet to be made, so those Pokemon are not in it. But I don't really know anything about half the Pokemon, and I don't really know anything about any of the legendaries or any of the typings and stuff like that. I'm really lacking knowledge in that, so it could be hard. Not to mention that I've only played Heart Gold for maybe 25 minutes, half hour. It's completely different from the original Gold and Silver that I remember. And going back to that, I never really played Gold and Silver as much as I did Red and Blue and Yellow, just because the clock went bad in all of the games. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, quick backstory. And in the original cartridges for the original Game Boy Colors, the square ones, the difference between the cartridges from Gen 1 and Gen 2, in Gen 1, there was no battery in it. In Gen 2, they introduced the time-based catch ratios. You set your own clock. You're supposed to set it a time and a date, so you could catch certain Pokemon on certain days. You could do the bug catching contests every Tuesday, Thursday. You could catch certain Pokemon only at nighttime. You could catch only certain Pokemon only in the daytime. And it was cool. It was a very interesting thing to add to a Pokemon game. It really was. But what they weren't anticipating was those cartridges. There's a timer, there's a clock inside that cartridge that runs on a small little watch battery. And once that battery drains up, the clock can no longer run, so it just corrupts all of your save data, and you lose everything. You literally lose everything. You cannot save on that game ever again unless you change that battery out. It's really hard to do. So I've lost all of my original Gold and Silver. And every time I try and play them, you just can't get past your first save because it just corrupts the data. But so that's the problem with those. And I forgot what I was talking about really, but basically what it boils down to is I want to know if you guys would like to see that first episode. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and post that first episode this weekend. You guys can watch it, and if you guys like it, you guys can go ahead and tell me, and I'll keep on going with it. But if not, I have a program where I can totally change what appears in the randomizer. I can make it only first generation. I can make it only second generation. I can make any generations I want. The one I'm doing right now is just got all generations combined, and I'm not sure if that's what you guys want to see, or if really the real question is if that's what I want to play. But if it's what you guys want to see, I'll go ahead and play it. But really, realistically, I would really just like to play Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon in it. And so basically what I'm saying is, even though I've already made the first episode of it, I would really like to restart and just do Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon in it. But if you guys want to see what I've already got, I'm going to go ahead and post that anyway. And I might just post that episode and then reboot that whole series with another first episode. Who knows? We're getting way too in-depth on the stupid subject. I actually have some other stuff I want to talk about in this video, and that is some cool things I'm going to be doing coming up here real quick. One of the things that I wanted to do real bad is I wanted to give you guys a chance to ask me questions about Pokemon in these videos, and it's gonna help out a lot, because first off, I'll be answering all the questions that you have for me, and second, it'll give me something to talk about in the future videos, because I have to talk for 25, sometimes 45 minutes straight while I'm combing over these videos, and sometimes there's nothing really to talk about. Sometimes like halfway through I run out of stuff to talk about. But if you guys were to give me questions in the comments, it doesn't have to be Pokemon related. It can be anything related. It can be real life related, gaming related. Do I like the Xbox One? What games do I have Xbox One? What's my gamer tag? What games do I play besides Pokemon? What's my favorite Pokemon? Stuff like that. You guys can go ahead and drop any comments you guys would like, or you guys could tweet it to me. I'll leave my link to my Twitter in the description as always. You guys can tweet me questions. You guys can direct message me questions. You can leave comments for questions. You can YouTube message me questions. and I will try my best to answer all of your questions. I know I've done a series like this before in the past, but this time I just want to tie it into this specific Let's Play. And another thing I want to try and do is you guys can go ahead and send me anything. You guys can send me mail if you guys like. You guys can send me letters and stuff like that, and I would love to read you guys' letters. And I'm going to go ahead and leave my real-life address. I have been actually leaving it in most of the videos' descriptions, but I haven't talked about it yet. But I'm going to be leaving my real-life address in the descriptions of all my videos from now on. And if you guys want to, feel free to send me a letter or anything that you could like to me, just about anything, and I'll make a video. Once I get a few items or a few letters, I'll get on or I'll record a video where I read you guys' letter, and I'll talk about what you guys said to me and all that kind of fun stuff. So I really want to interact with you guys as much as possible, so feel free to send me anything you like. It could be crazy, it could be stupid, it could be a drawing, it could be a cartoon. Doesn't matter, as long as it's not offensive, or I guess some kind of illegalness. You guys can go ahead and send it to me. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to talk about on that. Getting back to what's going on in the game after my huge spiel there. We are taking on some of these bikers up here. We're leveling up, trying to get everyone some levels. I really want to get everyone to right around 40, 45 before we start taking on any of these gym leaders. I mean, we could take out, I believe it's Erica, the grass type gym leader, the girl grass type gym leader in Celadon. We could take her out with pretty much just a Charmeleon right now, or Charizard right now, and it really wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I think we're gonna try and grind up some more levels for everyone. Try to get that Pidgeot try to get Pidgeot to evolve into Pidgeot. That would be cool. Only got a few more levels, like I said. Doing work. I really want to get Skylar, our Haunter, to learn Psychic, just because that is a very powerful move in the first generation. Even though Dream Eater is a really cool move too, it's also Psychic. So having the Psychic typing would be really cool. Without having the nap, put him to sleep. But we're doing okay here. We haven't lost anybody in a little bit. Knock on wood. And like I said earlier, I do know how this series ends, and it's gonna get critical, guys. So make sure you guys are staying tuned. And at this point of the video, I'd really like to thank you guys for watching this series. I really do appreciate it when you guys click my videos and hit the like button. I really do appreciate it. It helps me out more than you'll ever know. I never thought that I could play Pokemon and over 1,000 people would watch it, let alone be liking it and sharing it with their friends, which is just crazy to me. So from the bottom of my heart, guys, I really do appreciate it when you guys watch my videos, and I want to personally thank all of you at this time. And I know we're getting kind of gushy and mushy and whatever, but that's not what we're here to do. But yeah, I would like to just tell you guys that now. But real quick, I wanted to also point out that I started watching. Oh shit, that actually did a lot of damage from that sludge right there. He got a screeching in on us. That was actually pretty bad. But I actually started watching late night. I was actually watching TV last night about 2 in the morning, and I was flipping through the channels, and I saw one of my old favorite shows. It was on I think it's on Nicktoons, because they play old 90s Nickelodeon cartoons late at night. And I started watching Rocket Power and Hey Arnold and all the stuff that I loved when I was a kid. Like, those were my favorite shows back when I was 9, 10 years old, back in early 2000s, late 1990s. Those were my shit back then. And I mean, I like a few of today's cartoons. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do love Regular Show. Adventure Time is pretty funny, but after that, that's about as far as the cartoons that I like that I like from this generation go. I mean, I really can't think of any other cartoons besides those two that I like. I mean, I've seen episodes of Uncle Grandpa, hated it. I've seen Gumball, wasn't for me. I don't even know what else is out there. Like, to be honest with you, I don't even know what other cartoons are even on air right now, because I don't really watch cartoons. I only watch Adventure Time and Regular Show, mostly because those two are on Netflix, and they seem to be a little bit geared towards college age kids. Anyway, they got a little more advanced humor in it. If you read between the lines, that's where I really enjoy them. But yeah, I've heard of cartoons that are like Ninjagos, like Ninja Legos or something like that. I don't know. I've seen my little cousins watching shit like that all the time, and it just made me think, the golden age of the animated cartoons, man, like back in like 1998, when, like I said, you had Hey Arnold Nickelodeon, you had Ren and Stimpy, you had Rocket Power. On Cartoon Network, you had things like Codename Kids Next Door. Even though that one was kind of later, you had like newer Scooby-Doo series. What else was on Cartoon Network back in the day that I liked? Cow and Chicken. That was a good one. What else was on there? Dexter's Lab was a good one. Stuff like that just really got me thinking the other day or last night, that I really miss those cartoons. And man, I would really love to find a website where I could just watch all those 90s cartoons. And I really see that I really hate Pursuit, because every time I try and switch out with my Haunter, I get hit with a Pursuit, it seems like, and it's super effective because it's dark type, and it's almost knocked me out like 4 or 5 times now, and it's just it's so frustrating. Pursuit is a very frustrating move in this series or this generation, and I really dislike it because it's almost KO'd one of my favorite Pokemon now. But it looks like we've taken out most of these trainers over here on Route 15, if not all of them. So we're going to go ahead and get a quick heal back in here in Fuchsia. I think it's just easier to fly, actually. Just fly to our next Pokemon Center. Where do we want to go? We want to go to Celadon real quick, or Cerulean. Excuse me, I can't speak right now. Get a quick heal in. Alright, this is the part of the game, or the part of the recording, where I look like a complete Poke-a-noob, just because I had totally forgotten about the changes in this generation compared to the original generation. Whereas in the original generation, if you had like a water or a soda or a lemonade from the top of the Pokemon Mart in Celadon, you could use that to give the guard something to drink, and if you gave him something to drink, he would let you into Safron. And what I'm doing here is I'm thinking, well, I have a fresh water in my bag, and I have a lemonade in my bag. Why am I or maybe I'm going here right now, I'm going to get the fresh water. I think I am. But I was thinking along the lines of giving them a fresh water would be good enough. I had totally forgotten that you have to go get the tea from the old lady. I had totally forgotten about that, and it made me look like a total noob, I guess you could say. And I already gotten the TMs from the little girl right there, and they're nowhere near as good as the TMs you get in the original generation. You don't get like Blizzard or Tri-Attack, and I think it was Rock Slide in the original generation, but now you don't get anything. But I'm also kind of torn between what we can get from Celadon. I haven't gotten a Pokemon from here. I know that you can get obviously you can get Eevee pretty easily, but also I don't want to just jump on the Eevee when I could also from the game corner get enough coins to get, I believe you can get an Abra, a Dratini, a Scyther, maybe even. I would love to have any of those Pokemon. Yeah, see, look, Clefairy, Porygon, Scyther, Dratini, all really cool Pokemon. Abra's actually not that many coins. A Psychic type would be cool, but we already have a Haunter. Clefairy really wouldn't be that great. Dratini would be awesome, but it evolves so high level. I think it's like 37 or 36 before it evolves in Dragonair, and then like 55 for Dragonite. So that would be a dick load of grinding there. I'm not sure if that's quite worth it. And some useful TMs over here, so maybe we'll get some coins in the future, come back and pick up. I believe one of those TMs is Ice Beam, and the other one, also those power-up held items. I'll come back and get some of those because those are actually really useful. But I believe we're going to go with getting an Eevee right now, just because it's the easiest way to go. I don't really have money and time to get coins. I don't want to grind on the slots, because I wasn't really a big fan of playing the slots in this game, or any of the Pokemon games for that matter. I didn't really like the Voltorb flip thing either. That was in Gen 3, I think it was, Gen 3. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to go ahead and name this Eevee Saul, like Gotta Call Saul. If I could just, frickin' spell it right, because I'm an idiot. I guess I was being a dipshit that day. There we go. We finally got it spelled right, so we're going to go ahead and give Saul a call. If you're ever in trouble, give Saul a call. More Breaking Bad references. And as far as evolving him right now, I don't think we really need him right now, right this second. But I believe we're going to have to go with Jolteon, even though Vaporeon is my favorite evolution of the three. We already have 2 water types in our party, and we don't have any electric at all. So Jolteon is really looking like the way we're going to go with that, just so we have type coverage. It learns it'll learn Thunderbolt at some point, I'm pretty sure, but we can teach it Shockwave. We have a TM for Shockwave we got from Lieutenant Surge still, so we can go ahead and teach that to him. And I believe right now what I'm doing is I'm actually looking up, Googling on my phone what I need to do to get through this gate, because it was driving me crazy. And then it dawned on me how stupid I was being, that, you know, you had to actually get the stupid tea from the old lady, and you had to go get it. So, yes, you can call me a Poke-a-noob. I guess I was being a Poke-a-noob at this point, but it had slightly changed from Gen 1, and I'd only played through Leaf Green and Fire Red a handful of times, compared to how many times I've played through it on, you know, the original cartridges themselves. So, yeah, cut me some slack there, but real quick, I don't think we're going to have time to get to any of the gym battles. We'll have to save those for the next episode. I think we are also going to save the Silph Co. In Safron City for the next episode. We can go ahead and check out. How about this? We'll go into Safron. We will take out the fighting gym, and then we'll see how much time we have left when we do that. How's that? That sound okay with you guys? Okay, sounds good to me. Perfect, because what I say goes around here, and you guys, I'm just kidding. But let's go ahead and get this TM29 Psychic, which is an awesome TM, probably the best one you get in the entire game. So I don't want to waste it on anybody stupid, but Haunter is the perfect person for this. And while we're in here, we can go ahead and try and teach some other stuff to some other people. Dig's a good thing to have. No, I don't really. Do we really want to give Dig to Jesse? Yeah, we'll go ahead and give Jesse Dig, just because that ground type is a good coverage to have. We're going to teach Psychic to Skylar here. What should we drop? I don't want to drop. If we drop Dream Eater, we might as well just drop Hypno. If we drop Dream Eater, okay, we're going to drop Nightshade because we already have a Ghost type move, and that's a pretty good one. What else we got? We got anything else to teach anybody? Shockwave, we could teach somebody, but I really want to save it for Jolteon, so I'm not going to waste that. Rock Tomb we could give to somebody, or maybe, I don't know. Screw that. We'll go ahead and we're going to go on and take on the fighting type. I guess it's like a fake gym or a non-gym or something along those lines. I don't know. But let's go ahead and do that real quick. There it is, right there. It's the gym next to the gym. Alright, there's like 4 trainers, and they all have fighting type Pokemon. Shouldn't be too bad. We should actually try and get our Pidgeotto out there, because flying is super effective against it. Although these Psychics are just going to one-shot all of these fighting type Pokemon. It is just going to be a shit show. They don't have anything that can touch a Ghost Pokemon. I believe they don't know anything that can touch a Haunter. So, oh man, he's going to grind out some easy levels on these fools, I can tell you what. But like I said, I really do want to try and get Skylar some levels, so maybe we'll work her into this. But man, it is just so much fun wasting these poor little Mochokes and stuff with this Dream Eater trap we have going on. It is just hosing these fools. As far as who we want to get, I know you can get Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. I don't really foresee using either of them in our party, even though I think you get them at level 25, which isn't terrible for where we're at. They're not too far behind where we're at. I don't foresee using them. I've never really been a fan of Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan, but if I usually just pick Hitmonchan because it can learn the elemental punches, and you know you can get a little bit of type coverage. Whereas you know the Hitmonlee just learns high jump kick, double kick, stuff like that. So it's a little more versatile, and I usually go with it. We'll see. I believe we're going to take Hitmonchan, but I do not think it'll ever make it into our party, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and drop this guy. We don't have that many oh shit. If you used Lock On, I think even if the type move doesn't affect him, I believe it'll still hit. I believe. I could be wrong on that. I've been wrong before, so correct me if I'm wrong. But we shouldn't have no problem finishing off this Hitmonchan. I just walked through this, a couple Dream Eaters here, and bam, go ahead and take our Hitmonchan from this loser, and that was easy as shit. Got good levels out of that too, good XP for our Haunter, which is cool. Let's go ahead and take Hitmonchan. Let's give Hitmonchan a name. What do we want to name him? Let me think. What can we name him? Let's name him. Let's name him Rick. Not a Breaking Bad reference, but a Walking Dead reference, another AMC show. That's great. But that is pretty much going to do it for this episode of Pokemon Let's Play Nuzlocke Run, guys. So if you guys can go ahead and hit that like button, you guys can be very much appreciated. You guys can also subscribe if you guys are new around here, so you get all of these in your sub box. Have a good day, guys. Game the fuck on. Until next time, peace out. Alright, like I said, this is, does Mike Grady... Oh, I can't talk. Anyway, go ahead and drop a like if you guys like the video. It helps me out greatly. And this video's code word is... let's go with glasses. Drop a word with the comment with the word glasses. I know you guys made it this far. Have a good day, guys. Get the fuck on. Peace out.